I moved from Ohio actually originally, so that move pretty much took up all my funds. So when I went from that to not working, you know, I just had nothing. So when I came here, it was a conscious decision to come to the shelter, but that was because I had no opportunities where I was. And at that time, part of the reason for my homelessness was being involved with drugs. So as a result, my family kind of washed their hands of me, so I had no place else to go at that time. That was a very quick and raw education.
I was a typical college student. I was at Miller Mott's College, and I was going for medical assisting. November 25th, Thanksgiving Day, was when I had my car accident. I was 7 months pregnant with my son, and that's what led me to Community Connections.
I was sexually abused as a child. It affected me in so many ways. You know, I was wanting love, but looking for it in the wrong way. So I was attracting the type of people to me that were also abusing me, you know, mentally and emotionally.
I stayed with my sister right up until I gave birth. 6 months after I gave birth, or a little bit more afterwards, my sister came to me. She said, "Candace, I can't help you the way I want to help you, but you need to find help. Try to get some help, try to get some assistance." So I did. I left and I went to City Rescue Mission, stood outside, waited in line for a bed with my son, and I never expected myself to be in that situation. Never thought I would be in that situation. And so it was a humbling yet humiliating experience.
Homelessness can affect anyone. It really can. We have housing not only at the Davis Center, but we covered what we call the Tri-County area, Nassau, Duval, and Clay County.
Majority of the clients that comes to us either coming from domestic violence, or they're coming from maybe they were just one paycheck short of being able to pay their rent and to sustain their housing.
I met with Ms. Vera, and she explained to me what Community Connections was about, what they can do, and that I'll be a great candidate. In so many words, said they weren't going to tolerate laziness. You know, you have to get out there and work for it, look for a job, keep your room clean, basically rules that you would have in your own household when you were younger.
You know, as a woman, I mean, I was lucky that I didn't have to stay out on the street, but still I needed a safe place where I felt where I could breathe. Because, you know, when you're in a situation where you don't know where your next meal is coming from or where you're gonna, you know, stay at night, the stress and, you know, you just really, that fills your existence. So Community Connections allows you to kind of take a step back, breathe, and really plan. So you're not reacting, you're being proactive.
I'm here to go through the trenches with you. Not only you, if you have children, I'm here to do that for them as well. So don't think that you're here alone, because once you come to Community Connection, you are now our family.
You can't come here and just be here. You have to be willing to put the work in. And Community Connections is the place that allows you the time, the space, and the tools to put in that work.
Some of the programs I took advantage of were Money Smarts. They taught you how to manage your money, how to check your credit scores to make sure everything is right when you get ready to move out. Breaking Bread was one of them. We did parenting classes. It was a lot that we've been for. I can't even name all of them.
If they need GED, we provide that. If they need childcare, we provide that. We have everything up under one umbrella that they may need besides the transitional housing program.
But we try to utilize that whole arsenal of tools to make sure that we don't want to make sure that we place them in housing. We want to make sure that they stay in housing. We have a 94% permanent housing placement for families that are come within our transitional housing program or who will graduate from our rapid rehousing program. A 94%.
Community Connections, they have a structured program that really, if you give yourself up to the program, I think that what you'll come out with is so much more than what you went in with. I use it at my job, I use it, you know, in my personal relationships. You know, I learned it in creating boundaries and enforcing those boundaries with other people, you know, for other issues, you know, relating to abuse and stuff in the past. So the tools that I received from Community Connections, priceless.
Being a staff of Community Connection has never allowed me to forget that I was a client here in room 242. There's not a day that I don't look up there and say, this is where I started from. Where we are now is the rest area where I slept for 1 month with my children. This is where we bathed. This is where we ate. You never know where a person comes from.
To see someone who's been beaten down, to see someone who's been living in a car, to see someone who's been in a shelter, to finally say, hey, I got a place of my own. I got a place where I can rest my head. I got a place that I can call home. That's a powerful message.
But once I moved out of Community Connections, I worked on getting into school. I got into school. I remember coming back down here and saying, hey, I got in. And right now I'm working on my LPN license. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I am 2 weeks from graduating. Yes, I am. I'm very excited.
The day I moved out, I was excited. I was resolved. I just felt like the possibilities were endless, whereas before I felt like there were no possibilities for me. I've gotten married since I've left Community Connections. I've been married a year now to a wonderful man who treats me with respect and dignity. And we actually recently opened a business on our side of town where we sell ribs. So life is great.
I honestly can just say thank you, because I would not be where I'm at if it was not for Community Connections.
The piece of my credit report being from a 460 to now a 780, being able to show the ladies through my own eyes that we can do this together because I am one of your sisters.
A lot of us come here really broken, you know, and we need to feel that people believe we can do better. And I feel that's one of the things Community Connections did. They want us to know that we could do better and that we could, you know, go out there and have wonderful lives. And Community Connections is a lifesaver.